We have a whole host of Star Citizen updates and news for you today. A deeper look at Salvage and the Drake Vulture coming to Alpha 3.18. Pirate Week is upon us. With loads of skins and ships and activities, the Gen 12 renderer is nearing its first implementation, which looks to be for 3.18. The ship showdown is over, and we have the Siege of Orison with a load of improvements also coming up this weekend. Salvage is coming to Alpha 3.18. Treasure hunting for scrap or derelicts, turning up an old battle site and sort of starting to harvest all the wrecks there. These are things that salvagers live for. From inside Star Citizen, we saw for the first time that we're going to be able to find destroyed, wrecked versions of ships, but also ships that we destroy, they will become salvageable as well, it seems. But you're going to be able to salvage these with hull scraping, hull stripping, either by hand with a multi-tool and an attachment, or with the Vulture or Reclaimer's lasers. So the Vulture, that's a light, single-seater salvage ship with a nifty black and yellow colour scheme. It's available in Alpha 3.18. It has two little arms that salvage lasers deploy from. It has two entry points, one from the port side ladder that will take you to a little platform by the cockpit that you can then enter. There's also a rear ramp and cargo area. From there, you can go up a ladder to a sort of personal storage locker area, and then there's component access running across the internal of the ship. There's then a habitation area with bed and toilet and processing area, which makes the RMC into cargo crates. RMC being recycled material composite. So when in the Vulture and in the cockpits and piloting it, you'll be able to activate its salvage mode, which is similar to mining, and then use the scraper by moving it over the surface of a ship to collect that RMC. The Reclaimer is a bit more of an operation though, so you can have two people manning their sort of salvage turrets and the pilot flying you towards the salvage, and then people in the cargo bay which will be dealing with the RMC as it's dispensed into cargo boxes, because as you're salvaging, that gets dispensed into boxes that you can then put in the cargo hold, and you want to place that into your cargo grid. So you can also salvage by hand with a multi-tool and salvage attachment. You'll then be able to strip hulls. This material and tool can also be used for repair as well, so you'll blow up an enemy ship and merge that ship with yours, basically. Strip its hull, put it on yours. You'll be able to easily see the damage and where repairs have been made. They are currently building out the selling of these materials, VFX and audio as well, to round off that first iteration of Salvage. But what will be salvageable? There was a Spectrum thread. Space station debris found around the Hurston moons. Are they salvageable also? Cloud Imperium responded, the debris that is in the verse right now will not be salvageable in our Tier 0 release. This includes all the nice looking station derelicts and derelict ships that you will find in some of our missions. The reason is purely technical, where the debris you find in the game right now does not have the proper damage map set up. Our priority on updating those damage maps are the ships that are flown by AI and players, so that we can close that loop first. Afterwards, we will hopefully get the time to look into the derelicts and even the floating scraps that you can find in the verse. I am aware that this looks like it will limit the amount of salvageable material to the residue of recent fights. But good news everyone, we already have something else in the pipes that will hopefully make it into our initial Tier 0 release. I will come back with more info once we can make sure that we can release with this solution. No, it is not a workaround. This solution will be more tailored to players that do not want to take too much time waiting on others to fight and clean the battlefield. I think that's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to Salvage in 3.18. Zin and I were worried about people being able to salvage their own ships, sort of getting a ship, spawning it, reclaiming it, salvaging it again, reclaiming it. Obviously, that's not ideal. And when we're sort of like doing fleet battles, Xenothreat, there's going to be loads of Vultures and Reclaimers that are salvaging during the middle of the fleet battle while we're fighting. So I think that's going to be weird. It'll be, yeah, let's see how Cloud Imperium solve these issues as they sort of find them. Maybe they've already got some stuff in place. We'll have to wait and see. But one of the reasons the alpha's very, very useful for these sort of gameplay mechanics is because they can go, well, let's just iterate on them and let's make sure they're in a good place before the game's actually released. Gen 12 renderer stuff. That looks like it's going to have a Tier 0 version, or the first implementation for Alpha 3.18, with Cloud Imperium saying, We will provide an in-depth update on the latest progress about Gen 12 in Spectrum and more once it's getting close to 3.18, so stay tuned. The Gen 12 renderer will make Star Citizen more scalable and better performing on a wide range of hardware, and it paves the way for Vulkan integration soon after. But yeah, looks like it's coming in 3.18, or a big section of it. Pirate Week. Until September 20th, there's a few things going on. Arr! You can go on Electronic Access and Arena Commander and play Pirate Swarm. Oh, if you win there, that will unlock the ability to buy the Pirate Gladius or Pirate Caterpillar. Some people like that, so play Pirate Swarm if you haven't already. There are Solar Wind ship skins, which are sort of chrome and red. They're available for the Base Gladius, the Avenger, and Vanguard series. There's also a Skull and Crossbones skin for the Cutlass, and all ships associated with those skins are available to purchase. There is a screenshot competition focusing on anything Ninetales. Get involved in that if you're interested. But the Siege of Orison and Ninetales Lockdown are running over the weekend and into early next week. Take a look at the schedule for that in the links below. Get involved. It's cool to play in the Siege of Orison. And the Siege of Orison has had some updates and bug fixes, with Cloud Imperium saying, here are 8 of the latest adjustments, with many more to come in the future. 1. Fix bugs causing bosses not to spawn or fall through the world. 2. Rewards are now being paid upon completion of each objective rather than when completing the mission. 3. Fix dialogue playing in the wrong context, like when players didn't have the mission accepted. 4. Fixed an issue where there could be a double iffy on subsequent mission runs. 5. Added more objectives and HUD lines to help direct players better. 6. Added an objective for disabling each of the island's anti-air defenses with a reward. 7. Added Crusader security to the starting area to protect against shuttle camping. 8. Fixed a bug that meant failing the secret objective would fail it for all subsequent runs. Xenothreat as well. That should be returning at some point, with Cloud Imperium saying, we plan to have Xenothreat return. There are a few balancing issues related to server cap increasing that are actively being ironed out. Soon, TM. So we should be seeing Xenothreat running again as an event, probably after 3.18's released, question mark? The Ship Showdown, it has a winner. The Carrack has won the 2022 or the 2952 Ship Showdown, narrowly beating the Mercury Star Runner to the top spot. All 4 ships that made it to the semi-finals, so the Mercury Star Runner, the Carrack, the Scorpius, and the C8X Pisces, will receive a limited edition paint option, as well as manufacturer challenge coins, available to all owners of these ships, with your winner, the Carrack, being immortalized as an epic collectible in-game ship model. So we should see that stuff turn up at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo later in November. Boom! That's it for today's news, but what do you think? Are you happy with the Carrack being crowned King of Ships? Are you excited for some more Siege of Orison with bug fixes that have been added? What about the Salvage? Do you have a Reclaimer or a Vulture? Are you going to be nomming up everything you can, or being a bit more reserved? Do you think the Reclaimer's Salvage is a bit too fiddly? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I'm Nord Catcham, and it's my mission to become a Nord Master. Oh no, it's Team Hacksaw! Hacksaw uses trackers and blocks your ability to go on websites like Netflix and watch the content that you want to on Netflix? Question mark. Go Nordichu! Nordichu uses nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. It is super effective. He beats Team Hacksaws, and he becomes a NordVPN master, a Nordimon master. Fortunately, with NordVPN, you don't need to catch them all. You just need to get a subscription from nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for September, we're giving away 3 ships, 1 each, to 3 different lucky winners. The Origin 100i, the 125A, and the 135C. Any of these solid starter ships will allow you just to jump into Star Citizen and play right away. All you need to do is comment on any of my videos made during the month to be in for a chance of winning one of those. More details in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to further support the channel, consider using the join button under my videos or becoming a Patreon. Either way, you'll get access to some exclusive content and have more of a voice in shaping the channel. A huge thank you to anyone that already does that. You are amazing. I love you. Zin also is contractually obliged to love you. There is a link for donations and all that jazz in the description below as well, if that is your preferred medium. It is super appreciated, genuinely. Once again, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.